I'm going to use some weapons.
At a very critical moment in the history not only of America, but the history of the world.
I'm going to use some weapons that will be new to you, but they're going to pull down the devil's strongholds.
We've changed the truth of God into a lie and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator.
Higher security alerts are going to be prevailing all over Washington. It's just, don't you feel that? It's in the air. There's just a sense here.
And they've been heard century after century in the ears of giants whom God has raised up.
Beast. This is a completely different beast to the one we were talking about, but we'll discuss him on another day. He is known as the false prophet.
I'm Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Just today. These are the times we're living in. It's not rhetorical. It's reality.
Israel hardened their heart, the Bible says, in the day of provocation.
Blinded by the God of this world. They are led captive to the will of Satan. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet.
The Bible says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, finds so doing.
They had false security. They thought they were absolutely secure. Nobody could ever take Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny.
He had betrayed every trust. He was a traitor. He went beyond the sins of other nations that God had blotted out.
I'm not so sure about that. My hope would be, and of course, hoping anything for Trump to do that's decent usually is in vain.
Dwelling among them and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds.
Oh, you hypocrites! You can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the times.
Now, what does God require you to do? God gave his son, Jesus Christ, because he loved you.
There was a whole procedure around touching the fabric of the church.
The priest collected the dust?
Yes. Yes.
When you see all of these signs taking place at the same time, you can know that my redemption is drawing nigh. This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. We're going to have a big time. The father said, son, I advise against it. I advise you not to.
Lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. The most important work in the world is a man or a woman doing what God has called him to do and doing it faithfully.
I had was largely congratulatory, was largely corruption, all of the corruption taking place, was largely the fact that we don't.
I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory.
God said, arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness has come up before me.
Says evil companions corrupt good morals. The Bible says, come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing.
Spirit is dead. Physically you're alive, but your soul that lives inside your body is dead toward God. So you're a walking dead person under the sentence of death.
Just can't handle it. They're peeved with God. Israel got peeved, got angry at God. I know people that have hardened their hearts.
And he tried to play whataboutism with liberals, his logic melting as quickly as sprayed-on hair on a warm day in Philadelphia.
Who believes in high morality today is laughed at. Jeremiah said that they had forgotten how to blush.
His preaching was always simple. The common people heard him gladly. He said profound things in a simple way.
As the mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority.
For the weapons of our warfare are not fleshly, they're not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
To the weak I became weak to win the weak. I have become all things to all men, if by an impossible means I might win them. Do this for the sake of the gospel.
Now, the great question is, are you ready to meet God?